Hello guys, I'm Henry John Griffin, and my dad I'm having a hard time. My dad will not talk to me, and I just asked him a question right before he left to go to the store. I asked him a question right before he left to go to the store. Now, the reason why I have been trying to get my dad to talk to me about computers is because it's not nighttime, so he's not going to talk about computers. I woke up and I asked the same question over and over again. I asked my dad if I could talk to him about computers later. And right before he left to go to the store, this is a positive. And that positive is that he said, yes, I can, at night. So that's a positive. That's positive number 1. Now, positive number 2. The brain sure can be compared to a computer. We are going to work on that. The brain can be compared to a computer. And I did a comparison video. However, I can't watch it because it's deleted. It got deleted because the channel had a lot of bad stuff on it and a lot of negativity. The brain can be compared to a computer. The brain can be like a computer. The brain can be likened to a computer. The brain works like a computer and it processes information just like a computer. I really want to go to a place where they do compare the brain to a computer. That is another positive, and that is at positive number 3. Now, the negative is, how many times have I gotten punished? I don't freaking like punishment. He is choking me, and he is punishing me, and he is putting a pillow on top of my nose to where I can't breathe. I am getting really sick and tired of him doing that. But if I don't want to be punished, I have to do something good. That means I have to go upstairs and sit in front of the AC all day until he calls me down. The reason why he did not call me down is because I had to wait longer. And I couldn't ask him a question still. And that's how scary it is. I will try to leave my dad alone. But it's like really too freaking hard. All because that Andrea and both my mom at home, Andrea at school and both my mom at home at her house messed up my childhood when it comes down to thinking about computers. But Dr. Erhart still said the brain is like a computer when Dr. Erhart said it's kind of. He meant it is like a computer, but not exactly. How is that even supposed to mean? Well, not exactly as a negative, and we're not going to talk negative on Positive TV. He just said the brain is kind of like a computer, and that there are some similarities. But Miss Beth agreed that there are lots of similarities and that it is a lot like a computer. Because we process information, and we store information, and we gather information, and we analyze information, and we remember it and recall and encode information. That's all the stuff that our brain does. We can store unlimited amount of information. Now, you can think about that just like a computer. A computer can store up to a petabyte of data onto its hard drive. Data is accessed by RAM and it is stored in the computer. So see, I just compared my brain to a computer. I just compared it. We store information, we take time to process it, we recall and we encode information. Now just remember, that is what a computer does as well. It processes, it takes time to process that information until it is once stored into its long-term memory, also known as the hard drive. The hard drive is considered or referred to the long-term memory in a computer, but the long-term memory in our brain is referred to the hard drive in our brain. It's referred to our brain's hard drive. That's what long-term memory is. And short-term or working memory is referred to the processor. Which is the brain of the computer. Now just remember, I'm not trying to be mean if we're talking, if I'm asking my dad if the brain could be compared to a computer, but it can. And we know this. We know that the brain can be compared to a computer. Information is processed and it's stored. And the brain can be compared to a computer because it processes and stores information. It takes time to process, learn new information, and it takes time to remember. That is why the brain could be compared to a computer. You got your answer, because it processes information.